Hey guys, what is going on? This is car number 5. Today, we're going to do a video and talk about the new event, and I'll give you guys some recommendations. But first, let's kind of talk about the event. There's an event starting today, which is Wednesday, May 17th. It's going to be starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So, probably here in a few hours once this video goes to YouTube. It's going to be All-Star difficulty, and it's going to be 3 innings. Not the biggest fan of 3 innings, but it is kind of nice. You can get those games in pretty fast. So the event is actually called Advantage Hitters. So basically you have to acquire and build a lineup with only right-handed hitters and left-handed pitchers. By the way, so this event's going to start today, May 17th, and it's going to end May 24th. So this one is going to be a week long. I think the previous ones in the past were only like 4 or 5 days, so that's pretty cool to me. Anyways, there is a team overall limit of 90 overall, so you want to build your team carefully. You don't just want to stack it with all the diamonds you have, but it might be kind of hard to do that in the first place. The events are all free to enter. Once you build a lineup, you have to lock it in, and we'll talk about the streaks. The biggest streak is going to be a 12-game streak, and that's going to be an all-star flashback Andrew Miller, which is a diamond 93 overall closer. So they are giving away a diamond here, and this Andrew Miller, guys, it looks pretty much the same as the live series. There might be some slight differences, but it looks very similar. Honestly, going to be about the same pitcher. Obviously, I'm going to try to sell it if I get the reward, and you can win this reward multiple times. For your 9-win streak, you get a Breakout Legend Harmon Killebrew, which is going to add us another breakout if you're going for that at Matthews. And then the 3 and 6 wins is going to be a Bronze and Silver Live Series player. There's also cumulative win rewards. For 10, there's a guaranteed common, 20 guaranteed bronze, 30 it's going to be an impact veteran, legend Tony Perez, 78 overall, and for 50 wins, which isn't too hard to do really in a week, if you have a little bit of time, it's only 3 innings, it's going to be breakout legend Joe Carter. So again, you have a chance to add 2 different breakouts during this event. The cumulative win rewards, you only can win once. The win streaks, you can win multiple times. And yes, you can sell all of these rewards, and it's kind of like VR, it's double elimination. So anyways, I'm gonna give you guys some options when you build your team. This is gonna be more of a kind of budgety option, I guess you could call it, especially for hitters. Like if you can't find hitters that can hit lefties, I don't know what to tell you. There's plenty out there, but I'm gonna give you a couple budget options if you don't have the budget and all those diamonds and golds. We're gonna pretty much stick with silver and lower. First, I do want to talk about left-handed pitchers. We're gonna start with some starters. So again, if you have the budget, these are the high-end left-handed starters. I might miss a few, but if I miss them, it's probably intentionally because I don't think they're that great to begin with, and I don't think they'll have much success in this event. So I recommend Chris Sale, definitely, Clayton Kershaw, but again, real expensive. So if you have them, I wouldn't go out and get them for this event. I definitely wouldn't do that. Vita Blue, if you have them. Probably most of you guys don't have these cards. CC Sabathia, a lot of you guys probably have him, and I guarantee you see CC Sabathia a lot in this event. But he's kind of one of those high-end left-handed diamond tier starters. Warren Span, if you guys have him, you have to get lucky in the daily mission. I also threw John Lester in there. He's another solid left-handed starter. Now those are the diamonds. If you guys can get your hands on those cards, or if you already have them, great, good, golden, you're ready to go. However, here's some more budgety options that I still consider these guys to be pretty solid. Now keep in mind, it's going to be harder to pick your pitchers rather than your hitters, because the hitters, you have a lot more options. But for starting pitchers, you really only have a few options. It's not like you can just throw a common or bronze pitcher out there and just be very successful. So these 5 starters are going to be gold or lower. And here's the 5 budgety options I kind of recommend, I suppose. Steven Matz for sure. A great silver card, can throw hard. Doesn't have the best per nines, but he has 5 pitches. He has a funky delivery. He's got the stuff to get right-handed hitters out. So when we're looking at left-handed starters against right-handed batters, we're basically looking to see if they have pitches like a changeup, maybe a splitter, a sinker definitely, a slider, and a curveball. You don't want just guys with a fastball slider, so we're trying to avoid pitchers like that. But Steven Matz has the arsenal to get right-handed batters out. Danny Duffy's another guy I threw in there. He can throw pretty hard. He's more of a change-up slider type of guy. I'm not going to show you all their attributes either. Just trust me here. Duffy's got pretty solid per nine. It's not the best, but solid. And then also, I highly recommend the new Lariano card. If you guys don't have him, he's really cheap. He's like a couple thousand stubs. He's really solid. And he has the stuff to get right-handed hitters out. He's got a good changeup. He's got a 2-seamer that can break away from the righties. He's got that slider you can throw down and in, and he's got a decent fastball. He can throw his fastball on, I believe 95, maybe 96, but I know it can touch 95. Another card I recommend is the Oliver Perez. This one's kind of expensive, but it is a gold. It's almost like 20,000 stubs now. He's kind of like a Lariano, but he's got better per-nines, and he's got a curveball. So basically, he's got that curveball instead of the two-seam. He's perfect for this event, guys. Like, he has good stuff. He's not going to throw 97, but he can hit 95. And another guy I kind of threw in there that's not too bad, not too expensive, is Rich Hill. He's got a good arsenal. You could also maybe look at a guy like Cole Hamels. I'm just not a huge fan of those soft-tossing lefties, but definitely those top four I mentioned. That being said, I realize some of those guys, especially like Perez, are kind of expensive. But I'm sure a lot of you guys already have like Sabathia or maybe Chris Sale or Lester or something. Anyways, those are some options for your left-handed starters. For left-handed relievers, there's a ton of options. Obviously, you got your guys like Chapman, whether it's the diamond or the rookie. Same for Wagner, whether it's the diamond or the rookie. I threw a guy like Andrew Miller in there, but I would use him as last resort. If you have the diamond one or the new one, you might as well just throw him in there if you don't have anything better, because he has really good per-nines. But like I said, I'm trying to avoid guys that only have two pitch types. But if you have them, yeah, you can throw them in there. Here's some other guys that I also recommend, a little bit cheaper. I guess I'll also include the Diamond Glenn Perkins, our live series too, kind of like Andrew Miller. I would kind of just throw him in there, just in the back of your bullpen, just in case you need them. They do have good per-nines, and they can throw fairly hard. But here's some more budgety options, and these guys have an interesting arsenal, to say the least. They at least have one other pitch rather than fastball slider. Ryan Butcher, I've always been a fan of this card. He doesn't have a changeup, but he has a cutter, so you can throw that cutter in on righties. So it gives your opponent something else to think about, and then he also comes with a fastball slider. But his per-nines are almost always maxed out, so I would almost recommend him over Andrew Miller. Then you have Jake Diekman. Guys, you're going to see a ton of Jake Diekman in this event. He has sinker, two-seam, slider, changeup. He's got the tools to get right-handed hitters out. Very nasty. Per-nines are pretty good too. Kevin Segrist is another guy I threw in there. Guys, these are going to be budgety options. Kevin Segrist, he's got 4 pitches, decent per-nines. You just have to watch when he's playing up or down when you build your team. Brett Cecil, again, not a fan of the guy in real life, but in the game, he's always playing up somehow. I don't know how, but he's always playing up, and he's got 5 pitches. He's kind of a different lefty. Goes more over the top. I know he comes with a sinker, a slow knuckle curve. I know he comes with 5 pitches, so definitely look at him. Bastardo, he's got a fastball, slider, changeup. Will Smith, I just kind of threw him in there. If you guys want him, he doesn't have a changeup, but he has a slider, curveball, so at least he has that. Jerry Blevins, not a huge fan of this guy. I know he's playing up a lot, and I see a lot of guys using him. I'm just going to go ahead and throw him in there. Not a guy I would recommend, but he's a cheaper left-handed reliever. Tony Sipp is a guy I do like. He comes with a really slow change, really slow slider, excellent per-nines. I think he has the ability to get right-handed hitters out. Felipe Rivero, another good guy that has a changeup, can throw fairly hard. Tony Watson, even though he's playing down a lot, he's kind of similar to Diekman. He's got that nasty sinker. He's got a changeup. He's got a four-seamer now. And of course, he's got the good slider. Adam Libator, he comes with a hard fastball, slider, changeup. And then Justin Wilson, again, I'm not a huge fan of him, but at least he has a cutter. He comes with a cutter, two-seam, four-seam, and a curveball. So those are just some guys to think about. I'm sure there's more out there. But you can definitely build you a nice little bullpen with just left-handed relievers. Anyways, let's talk about some hitters. Now, again, I'm not going to get too crazy with the hitters. And I guess while I'm talking, I could kind of show you a few. We're going to start with catchers. Alright, so starting at catchers, just to name a few. Guys, like, seriously, this is real easy to look, but I want to give you guys a couple options right off the bat in case you're just trying to build your team in a hurry. Wilson Ramos, 77 contact versus lefty, 72 power. Only going to cost you about 100 stubs. Definitely consider him. Evan Gattis is another guy I highly recommend. 71 contact, 74 power. It's selling out as 85 stubs, so those are two really cheap right-handed catchers you guys can get. We'll move on to first base. Now, these guys are silver or under. First base, there's a ton, guys, but here's the best ones. Ryan Zimmerman hits lefties really well. He's going to cost you about 700 stubs. Pierce is another guy I really do like. He's 70 contact, 87 power versus lefties. Only going to cost you about 100 stubs. This guy can play anywhere, too. If we look at his player card, he can play first, second, left, or right. Gives you a lot of versatility in case you need to do a double switch. Hanley Ramirez, another guy that hits lefties really well, and he's playing up right now. Unfortunately, it's only against righties, but he can play third, short, left, or first. And then we also have Colabello. Either you can use this one, or I know there's a live series one too. That's somewhere. You could also use a guy like Chris Carter. Danny Valencia is another guy I highly recommend that can play a lot of different positions. And we'll go ahead and move on to second base. Just throwing a few out there for you guys. Josh Harrison. Why am I saying it like that? Josh Harrison. He can play just about anywhere. Third, second, left, right, or second. He's playing up today, but it's only versus righties. But 90 contact, 62 power. And then I'll throw Baez in there. He's also really cheap. I don't think he's playing up today, but he's got 80 contact versus lefty, 66 power. Pretty decent defense. And you guys, if you guys can just scroll through these, and you can find, I'm sure, a few. Castro's another one you guys could consider. Move on to third base. Frazier. There's actually not that many third basemen that have a lot of power, and Frazier is definitely one of the guys that's going to have the most power with 93 power versus lefties. He's going to cost you about 100 subs, so it's not too much at all. Another cool card, if you guys want to spend a few more subs, is this rookie Mike Schmidt. It's going to be an all-star, so he only has 54 contact and 30 vision, so your PCI is going to be smaller, but fortunately it's all-star, so it's not that big of a deal, but he comes with 94 power. So these are your two power guys. You can also consider a guy like Suarez. 75 contact, 80 power. And we also have a few more. If you guys are looking more for contact, I highly recommend guys such as Martin Prado, whatever you want to call him. 99 contact versus lefties, 46 power. And we have one more I'd like to show you guys that has a lot of good contact, and that's Chris Johnson. 99 contact, 48 power. So we'll go ahead and move on to shortstop. Again, there's not too many shortstops that hit lefties well, but these three really stand out. You got the live series Tulo. You're also going to have Marcus Simeon, who hits lefties pretty well. 78 contact, 77 power. And then finally, Wilmer Flores, 70 contact, 80 power. So definitely look at those three. Tulo is going to give you pretty good defense as well. Those other two, so-so. Now we're going to move on to some outfielders. You guys can get your hands on this rookie Miggy. I would highly recommend him for this event. He's going to be able to play left field or third base for you. Very good hitter versus lefties. That's the rookie Miggy. We also have either one of these Chris Davis. I would just get the live series. They're very similar. I would just get the live series though. It's only about 100 stubs. He hits lefties and righties well, but he's about right-handed, so not a bad card. If you're looking for more like defense and speed, let's see, where is he? Craig Gentry. Only going to cost you about 20 stubs, 81 contact, very good speed. I guess his fielding's not the greatest, but he's got good speed if you guys want to have somebody like that on your bench. George Springer, I very highly recommend for this event. Going to cost you about 400 stubs. 72 contact versus lefties, 89 power. Comes with good fielding, speed, and has a good arm. Definitely one of the guys you guys should definitely recommend. Or that I definitely recommend to you guys. Franklin Gutierrez. I know he was like the budget beast when the year started, but he's still pretty good against lefties. 77 contact, 81 power. Only going to cost you maybe 25 stubs if you put a bid on him. And we're going to move to right field. JD Martinez, you got to have him on your team. You absolutely have to have this guy on your team. He's playing up today as well. Let's see what he's playing up. Playing up against lefties, so he's going to have 99 power today. Definitely get him. Even if you have an all-diamond team, I recommend him. You can get a guy like Kutch, man. But there's other guys, too, that you can consider. Aaron Judge, very solid against lefties. Good power. Trumbo is a guy that has great power versus lefties. Contact's not the greatest. He's actually playing down today, so maybe not today. But maybe if you do your team tomorrow or in the future. But he can also play first base and left field for you. And finally, to round off our hitters, Yasmani Tomas, 86 contact versus lefty, 77 power. I believe he can play third. Yeah, he can play third, left, center, or right. And today, you guys can see he's playing up versus lefties. He's maxed out for his contact, and his power versus lefties is going to be 91. So yes, this event's going to be quite interesting. Hopefully these tips or these players I recommend can help at least get your opponents out, because it's going to be a lot of high-scoring games. So hopefully some of these pitchers can get the job done. But yeah, guys, if you have better players, use them. Obviously, that was just a lot of budget players. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Let me know if you're going to play the event, if you like the event so far. Also, keep in mind, there's one thing I want to show you guys that a lot of you guys probably don't know about the events. I hope you would know by now, but some of you guys might not realize that your Dynasty program and your Diamond program, you're required to get events wins. So, me personally, I'm 17 wins away from getting 100 events wins, part of this Dynasty program. And so basically, what that's going to get me, I'll just show you guys. We click on Dynasty program. That's going to be able to allow me to get this postseason legend Lou Brock. So if you guys progress throughout this, you unlock good cards. So just keep in mind that the event wins are going towards something else. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going to play this event and how you like this event and this idea of this event. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. This is Car Number 5 signing out.